Sun was dipping low over the quiet, manicured lawns of Willow Creek Estates, one of those gated communities where everyone seemed to think they had earned a badge of superiority simply for being able to afford the WA fees. The roses lined up perfectly by the entrance were so meticulously pruned it was as if they had been inspected by the president of the WA herself, which, in fact, they usually were. Her name was Karen Whitmore, and in Willow Creek Estates, she was infamous. Short blonde bob, oversized sunglasses, clipboard in hand, Karen was the self-appointed sheriff of the neighborhood, the kind of woman who believed the WA bylaws were etched into stone like commandments. That evening, Karen spotted a U-Haul truck backing into the driveway of a newly sold home. She narrowed her eyes behind her sunglasses. The house had recently been purchased by someone the WA had yet to approve, socially. And as Karen's heels clicked closer down the sidewalk, her suspicion turned into outrage. Unloading boxes from the truck was Dr. Maya Johnson, a tall black woman in her late 30s. She was dressed casually in jeans and a t-shirt, her hair tied up, her sleeves rolled as she carried a heavy box marked medical journals. Maya had worked for years as a pediatric surgeon, finally purchasing this house with the money she had saved. For her, Willow Creek was supposed to be a peaceful sanctuary away from long hospital nights and constant emergency calls. Karen, however, had other plans. "Excuse me," Karen barked, her voice sharp enough to cut glass. "What do you think you're doing?" Maya, balancing the box against her hip, turned slowly. "I'm moving into my house." Karen's lips tightened. "No, no, no. This house was sold to a respectable family. Are you here helping them? Because this," she waved her clipboard at Maya, "this is not allowed. You can't just walk into someone's property." Maya set the box down, wiping her brow calmly. "This isn't someone else's property. It's mine." She reached into her pocket and pulled out her keys, holding them up for emphasis. "I closed on it last month." Karen's jaw dropped, and then, as if she had swallowed sour milk, her face twisted with disbelief. "That's impossible. The WA would have informed me. We approve all new residents." Maya gave a dry laugh. "Funny, the realtor didn't mention needing your approval." Karen's face flushed. "Listen, I don't know what scam you're trying to pull, but this neighborhood has rules. People like you." She stopped mid-sentence, realizing what she was about to say. But her eyes said it all. Maya's expression hardened. "People like me." Karen, undeterred, doubled down. "Yes, people who don't fit the standards of this neighborhood. This is a family-friendly, professional, prestigious place. You don't belong here, so I suggest you pack your things and leave before I call security." For a moment, silence stretched between them. The sound of cicadas filled the air. Maya could feel her blood boiling, but she took a deep breath. This wasn't the hospital. She didn't need to cut open a chest and save a life. This was her home, and no clipboard-wielding Karen was going to chase her out of it. "Call whoever you need to," Maya said firmly, stepping closer until she was face to face with the WA tyrant. "But I'm not leaving. Not today. Not ever. .. Minutes later, Karen was on the phone, dramatically describing the situation to the WA board's emergency hotline. "Yes, she's refusing to leave. She claims she owns the house, but I know that's not possible. Please send someone immediately." Within the hour, a small crowd of nosy neighbors had gathered on the sidewalk, whispering and craning their necks. Maya stood on her porch, arms crossed, refusing to be intimidated. That's when a black SUV pulled up, and a tall man in a dark suit stepped out. Karen almost squealed with relief. Finally, security. But as the man walked closer, Maya broke into a smile. "Uncle David," she said warmly. Karen froze. "Uncle." The man approached, pulling Maya into a hug. "Congratulations, Maya. First home. Huh, proud of you." Turning to the crowd, David flipped open a leather badge holder. "I'm Commander David Johnson, Metro Police Department." His voice boomed with authority. "I understand there's been a disturbance here." Karen's face turned ghost white. She stammered, I called because she doesn't belong." David's eyes narrowed. "You're saying my niece doesn't belong in her own home? She signed the papers. She's the legal owner. You're trespassing on her property." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Karen sputtered, but the law has rules." "Rules don't override the law," David cut her off sharply. "And the law says she owns this home. If you continue to harass her, you'll be facing charges. Do you understand?" The smugness drained from Karen's face, replaced by a trembling scowl. She looked around for support, but the other neighbors were backing away, suddenly too busy to get involved. Maya stepped forward, her voice calm but resolute. "I moved here because I wanted peace. Because I thought this was a community. But if the first thing I'm greeted with is someone telling me to leave my own home, that says more about you than it does about me." Karen opened her mouth, but no words came out. Her clipboard slipped from her fingers, landing on the sidewalk with a pathetic clack. Commander Johnson turned to Maya. "You want me to remove her?" Maya smiled faintly. "No. Let her walk. She needs to learn the hard way." Karen stormed off, her heels clattering, but the damage was done. The entire neighborhood had seen her humiliated, stripped of the power she thought she had. As the crowd dispersed, Maya picked up her box again and carried it through the front door. This time, she did it with her head high. Willow Creek Estates wasn't ready for her, but she was more than ready for it. And from that day forward, everyone knew, the house on the corner didn't belong to Karen, the WA, or anyone else. It belonged to Dr. Maya Johnson, and no one was going to take that away from her.